What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Isis. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Thor. Thor, as the Brazilians say. Is that right? Did I say it right? Thor, T-O-R? No, spelled like this. Anyways, Shelty managing to take one game there so far in this best of 5. He's got a ways to go. Needs to win 2 more games to complete the reverse sweep. We'll see if he's going to be able to do it. He has managed to get a pretty good map here for Thor. Midgard is arguably Thor's best map. And we'll see that in action here, because what Thor can do is essentially like hit some crazy fast, semi-fast heroics with her, so with a lot of stuff going for it. The Ancestors Eclipse from Isis is normally shut down by all the her so that you can get out. It's sometimes even worth going for SETI here as Thor and getting out a hold of Thanes just to like make sure that it's going to be okay. And then on top of that, sometimes you can get back gold mines. So this map doesn't play out exactly like Anatolia, where if you take the center of the map, you win, which is what Isis is going to want to do, is what Kimo is going to want to do. So oftentimes Thor can kind of survive whatever is thrown at him and then win with a Ragnarok a little bit later. So we'll see what Shelty's going to be doing here. The fishing ship spam is the big advantage for Thor in this game. So already we can see a slight fishing ship advantage for Shelty here, as Kimo's only got 3, Shelty's got 5. So huge advantage there, and he's continuously pumping them out. Essentially, as soon as the dock is built, he's getting the 14-second fishing ships pumping on the dot, and he even gets to build a second dock straight away. So this is the standard build order here for the Norse players, for Thor. Throwing a bunch of dwarves down, not gathering any food until a little bit later. At least land food until later. Just living off the fish. And we'll see how this is going to go. Kimo starting to build his villages here. You can see he's gone 4 on food. He's gone 5 on wood, and he's probably going to go for 5 on gold here. A little bit more boomy, a little bit slower, a little bit more docks. Searching around with his fishing ship, trying to work out where to put his second dock. Normally you want to get the second dock already up here, and it looks like it is coming up on this location here. So that's going to be fine. And Kimo's empowering his granary here. This is something you don't often see. And you can see Kimo's floating food here. So a little bit surprised to see him do that. If he's empowering the lumber camp here, you can see these villages you'd be netting more resources basically by being on the lumber camp, getting more fishing ship out. But we'll see. We'll see how this is going to go for Kimo. More dwarves coming out for Shelty. Going to throw up a temple somewhere. There they goes. And his fishing spam is continuing here. Let's check out where the fishing spots are. The tough part about water on Midgard is like not knowing where all the spots are. And I find that it might be worthwhile to just use one of these fishing ships to spot all of these fishing spots over here, so he can see where to get his docks built. Because that's sort of what Kimo did with his fishing ship over here, and all his fishing spots are actually in this location here, but he doesn't really know about it just yet, and now he's scouting it out. So nice play from Kimo there. We'll see how he's going to go. There's the temple up. Shelty about to click up. 5-minute advance time with 18 fishing ships. Absolute perfection here from Shelty. He may have to actually force dump some of his fish, which he does do, and then he's going to be able to click up and feel fantastic about himself. Whereas Kimo very far behind on his production. Normally, I'm not sure what went wrong here for Kimo, but he's probably because he's empowering food instead of wood. But normally you want to have all these fishing ships out as well and be advanced already. The temple's not even up yet. So I think, do we see, we have seen a third dock already coming out here. Relics on the map. We do have the Eye of Ornlu here, which is the Hapaspis bonus hack damage. We also have the arrows of the Alpha, giving the extra building damage, or tower damage, I should say. Is it just tower damage or migdols as well? Building pierce damage, yes. So it's town centers, it's towers, it's migdols, etc., etc., etc. I'm still seeing Kimo trying to fish out all of this, just still pumping the fishing ships, just throwing docks up everywhere, just trying to make sure they're as safe as possible. Bast is on the way. And here's the thing. What is Shelty going to do? Is he going to make some longboats? He is going to make some longboats. He's getting per scene. He's got docks all over the place, up to 4 docks already. We see the priest here getting sniped. No armory just yet. Not spamming out Ursa, though. A little bit confused about that one. You can see he's got 4 dwarves here, which you can start slowly rotating off of wood as he gets more gatherers to come over there. And he should be in a decent position there. But there's Kimo's heroic age. He gets his Sphinx out. We see the Valkyrie coming in. Where's the armory? No armory just yet. Dock coming up. No per scene just yet for Kimo, as he's gotten 22 fishing ships out right now. As the Valkyrie comes in, going to cast a cheeky forest fire here. Almost gets a villager kill, but all those villagers do jump into the watchtower. They're one very low HP villager, not wanting to really retreat now. We'll see if it's going to try, and he gets one of the villagers away there as the Sphinx coming back in, going to attempt to deal with the Valkyrie. Does have the town center fire here, pulling back into the forest. The longboats coming in on both sides, going to look for some sort of raids to hit Kimo. There's the armory coming up there. More houses for Shelty. You see how much food he's got. Absolutely tons of food. Needs to take off these dwarves onto gold. Off of wood onto gold. That's the one. Now we've got the longboats coming in, going to attempt to raid Kimo's fishing ships. He does spot them there. Going to deal the damage. It does snipe one. Nice play from Shelty. While these longboats are getting pushed back, he can sit underneath this dock here and defend, and he does garrison those 2 fishing ships, Kimo does. And we see this fishing ship going to make its way back to the dock as well. Nice play there from Kimo. He can actually use this fishing ship to now take this salmon spot as well. And the longboats are just going for their raids. We'll see the cabinets moving over here to try and force these away. And there's the armory coming up for Shelty as well. So he's looking to go to the next age. Sort of short on the gold. Kimo, funnily enough, probably should have cast Prosperity here. Have the gold to advance, but the armory is too late. So it's probably a waste to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Try and get a max value Prosperity. And we see all the cabinets coming in onto this location, going to be able to chase Shelty out of here. And he's simply just going to retreat. But the cabinets do have the 6 speed, so they're going to be able to chase down and do a little bit of damage. You see some more fishing ships coming in. Oh, sorry. Longboats coming in. Hitting the fishing ships does get 1 kill here. This other fishing ship possibly going to lose its life as well. Both of them do, actually. Big, big raid from Shelty. And now there's nothing really to garrison inside that dock as these 9 cabinets coming in. There's 9 longboats here, so we can turn around and fight it. We do see Skadi is on the way and Nephthys on the way for Kimo. We'll see what's going to happen. He's moving over here with the mining camp. Still no prosperity from Kimo as he's pumping out those cabinets. Will this be an instant arrow ship cladding? What is Shelty's plan? He's throwing up longhouses everywhere. Potential 2nd, 3rd town center or something like that. The longboats turning around. The cabinets retreating away. And there's the fight starting to happen here. Lots of low HP boats here. The extra 7 damage is more than enough to make these fights very favorable for Shelty. Now Shelty still moving forward. The cabinets trying to fight back, but not really able to do all too much in this situation. And he is winning out the top side of the map, sort of. Lots of low HP longboats will get sniped. Pickaxe on the way now for Shelty as well. Has managed to snipe a cabinet in the back. Cabinet's in the front. This cabinet will fall as well. Nice play from from Shelty is Kimo does hit the heroic age first, gets the Leviathan out, which is going to help out a lot in these fights. I don't see an immediate arrow ship cladding. I do see an immediate talent center though for Kimo, not empowering it just yet. Still no prosperity. No attempt at the shaft mine either, though he did get bowsaw. I am continuously astounded at Kimo getting these upgrades, which are basically like bowsaw is useless, right? Doesn't give you extra gather time. It just gives you just gives you like a husbandry for your wood, but that's about it. The carpenters gives you a big bonus, so we'll see if he grabs carpenters fast. There's shaft mine now coming in for Kimo. There's the town centers coming up for Shelty. What I would like to see here from Kimo is potentially just like go straight to the mythic age, potentially through Thoth, and then some Phoenix flying around to get gold staves, making life difficult. We'll see. Now Leviathan coming in, gonna try and take down some of these longboats. The war barges will be able to clean up these longboats pretty easily, especially with Leviathan hitting them while the siege ship is firing. The longboats come into the water, going to be retreating back out of here. We see Shelty getting some more longhouses up. Still no market, still no attempt at the next stage. There's Carpenter's ads of Wet. Quarry, Salt Amphora. Actually, looks like he's cancelled that. Getting his 10 favor back for another Migdol stronghold, potentially. Another raiding cavalry checking out this location. Do see some villagers. Kimo going to be retreating away from it. Nice play from Shelty to force the villagers away, but good reaction from Kimo to run before Shelty even starts hitting him. Another watchtower does get garrisoned through. Running into the town center. The villagers going to turn in and try and take this down. Got the Scorpion Men coming in for Kimo. Going to try and hit these raiding cavalries, which are on the way out. Our Frost Giants out. What's this relic here? Still not picking up the relics. We see the cabinets pushing through. Shelty can defend this fairly easily with these longboats here. Some nice fighting on the water going on, to be honest. Lots of good raids. Straight past the war barges, though, going to try and pick off some of these fishing ship as well. Now we see the Pharaoh over here going to get surrounded. Oh god, it teleports as if it's an Atlantean citizen. See, every Civ can do that. Now the Frost Giant comes in, going to start sniping the Scorpion Man here, slowly but surely. The Pharaoh going to attempt to take down the Frost Giant as well. Looks like Shelty's Frost Giant can't actually get onto the Scorpion Man, but it doesn't matter. Does snipe that one. Boiling oil coming through for Kimo. Very interesting play from Kimo. He's spamming out upgrades, but Shelty's just spamming out villagers, getting his third town center here as well. I'd love to see him Shelty make sure Kimo doesn't get this without casting Ancestors Eclipse. And honestly, if Shelty was going to choose, if Kimo was going to choose to play this way, I'm surprised to see Kimo not use Ancestors Eclipse on the economy. He definitely should have used it on the economy, like right here as soon as he hit the heroic age. That would have hurt Shelty the most, and then he can go into this defensive play if he wasn't going for a timing. But we'll see if the units will come out fast enough for Kimo. He's at 125 or 136 population. Both players' longboats are basically all cleaned up, all cabinets cleaned up. Have we got Salt Amphora? No Salt Amphora. Oh no. Kimo went to use Ancestors Eclipse, but he misclicked the Ancestors and Eclipse comes through. That's going to mean Shelty's got access to Frost for the Ancestors. Deary me, Kimo. You see the Siege Tower now going to attempt to take down the town center, but Shelty easily going to repel this one with the villagers. And the raiding cavalry able to come in here and defend this brutally easily. As Kimo in a really rough position. Meanwhile, this town center getting denied exactly Well played by Shelty to make sure that that's going on there. The raiding cavalry going to come in, try and take down these chariot archers as best as he can. Throwing axemen, taking out the spearmen very, very nicely. But the pharaoh in the back doing tons of damage here, helping out the most. Copper male hunting dogs, heavy spearmen, flood of the Nile. Why is he getting hunting dogs? Is he planning on getting deer? Well, I guess he's eating in the walrus over here. Fair enough for Kimo. And we see a hill fort coming up on this location as the cavalry coming over here to attempt to deny any sort of town center going up. The villagers here as well. We see an ancestors coming in. An attempt for Kimo to secure his third town center. Finally, Shelty grabbing his Sultan 4. I think Kimo would have had this ages ago. He has had it ages ago. That's why his food situation is so good. I see the ancestors taking out all these infantry. Looks like the Herser dealing well with the ancestors, but he's not able to quite get this hill fort up. But more units flooding in onto this side. Kimo not really rotating his army over here when he sort of needs to. But still holding on to Frost here for Shelty. Town center still staying alive. Frost Giant doing some nice defenses. And now Frost Giant comes over here. And here's the problem for Kimo. How does he stop Shelty getting Mythic Age? He stopped Shelty getting this town center. Is that enough? And you see the Frost Giant taking down a siege tower, continuously preventing this town center from going down. Now the siege tower's coming in for Kimo. Going to start taking down this town center. And the Frost Giant, will he have a special ability? He does. So that's going to be an easy to clear out siege tower here if Shelty wants to. Shelty is sitting at 145 or 145 population, but he's kind of all in economy here with 80 villages, 17 fishing ships. His market is up now. And Baldur is on the way. Baldur's on the way. Shelty trying to make the every single game end in Ragnarok here. Husbandry coming through, copper weapons coming through for Kimo. No Mythic Age just yet, and Kimo doesn't really have access to any sort of shenanigans like his Ra does. No rock to deal to like help the Son of Osiris out. No Son of Osiris either. Still seeing these siege towers trying to push in here. Some villagers getting sniped. Maybe it's worth Shelty to just sack this town center. But he's going to keep trying to take down these siege towers here. Throwing away villagers every single time he does. And the town center does look like it will be falling. So Shelty going down to 2 town centers here. Though he has prevented this town center from going up for the time being here. So it's 2 town centers apiece. The villagers are going to get chased away. And I believe Shelty is probably going to cast his Ragnarok immediately here. As he's sitting at 138 of 130 population. So he needs that Ragnarok to come out here. Lots of resources in the bank though for Shelty. These spearmen are going to get a couple of villager kills here, it looks like. 85% Baldur here. Siege tower taking down the longhouses in the back. And the villagers retreating away here. Now the Frost Giant's moving forward. Going to attempt to take down the Migdol stronghold, but it's not going to happen too soon. But the Ragnarok comes in. We've got a 280 supply of Ragnarok, 11 gold trade route with 2 caravans. All of these hero rags coming through. We see the gold mine getting grabbed here. Shelty should spot that, but maybe he's not paying attention. Lots of units moving around the map, but he will see the mining camp there for the time being. These heroes of Ragnarok going straight after this town center. He's got no architects, no masons, just fortified town centers. Now we see villagers coming over onto this gold mine as well. Osiris is on the way for Kimo, but there's just so many units for Shelty right now. He's not attempting to get his town center back. We do see these spears in the middle of the map. No real match for the heroes of Ragnarok. Siege tower is going to be pushed forward, but the Heroes of Ragnarok do spot that. Naval stronghold does get taken down. Town center gets taken down. So many resources in the bank for Shelty. If he wants to just build a town center here, he can, and he can build a town center here. These siege towers meant for taking out the home base of Shelty and distracting him. It's just not going to happen. Now we've got the Rag heroes coming forward, going to try and take down this Migdol stronghold here as well. And there's the Osiris for Kimo. He's got funeral rites, but he doesn't have City of the Dead. The Pharaoh moving forward. Looks like Kimo going to be turning that into a Son of Osiris immediately here. We'll see if Shelty's going to chase this one down. He is sending his units forward. There is a Pharaoh, Axeman, everything else here doing a lot of damage. Now the Fire Giant comes in. Nice micro to pull it away. But does he kill it in time? He does kill the Fire Giant just in time there. The Son of Osiris in the back still pretty much full HP. And it looks like Shelty's going to go after the home base of Kimo now. But it looks like Shelty's economy or population is starting to dwindle here. He's got tons of resources in the bank though. And grabbing this town center is huge. See if he can move back and grab this one as well. This town center does net him some farms if he needs to. But really all he needs is like fix his trade route out and just build out ox caravans. Some villages onto wood and he should be okay here. I'm going to start seeing Shelty retreating for the time being. And now the Heroes of Ragnarok dealing with these spearmen nicely. We see the Son of Osiris getting targeted here as this town center is attempting to come back up. The Heroes of Ragnarok do so much damage to this Son of Osiris, and he's trying to empower this one up. The Heroes of Ragnarok are going to be denying this to prevent the Son of Osiris from garrisoning. Now more units coming in for Shelty. He's got so many, and now he's sent some Heroes of Rag up to this top gold mine to push off that location there and hurt Kimo quite a bit. We see the Son of Osiris just about to fall here. The town center gets denied. The villagers are falling. The Axeman doing a ton of damage here, but is it enough? Shelty now going to start really producing here. Still don't see that top market. There's some dwarves coming up to this gold mine up here. No ox cart up on that location either. And now we see the Fire Giant follow-up coming in, but Shelty very low on population here, very low on gold. He's got these villagers coming onto food here. He can sell food if he wants to. If he really needs gold, he can sell that food. And now the Heroes of Ragnarok are going to clean up these villages as well. Kimo's on 26 villages with one town center, and he's about to drop down 13 more, down to 13 villages if he doesn't run away with these villages here. And he is starting to make a break for it, but Kimo's economy is in absolute shambles, and Shelty is already basically caught up in the economy here. Really, really nice play from Shelty here to keep Kimo on the back foot. More Rag heroes coming in, and Kimo does tap out in the 21st minute of this game. GG, well played by Shelty here. Sort of unlucky Kimo's Ancestors Eclipse didn't fire there, but I'm not sure he really would have been able to win that and win that town center there. Probably would have, maybe would have changed the course of the game. But it does not go up that way, and Shelty does manage to demonstrate why Thor is such a menace on this map. Really nice play from him. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.